Hello, my name is Charlton. I just bought this cable, and I want to make sure that any user out there that may need to know how to connect it knew how. So take a look. This is the inside of the computer. Every computer can be a little different. This down here is where your Sata cable connects to your motherboard. This here is your entire motherboard. That might be some sort of card. You may have other cards slot in there, but the one that everything connects to, that's called your motherboard. And this red cable here, that's your Sata cable. That connects to the hard drive. Now you see here, this is the hard drive that I got. I bought a replacement one, and I'm connecting this red cable to it. And you see this is a power cable. It has to connect to your power source. Now, the only downside is you notice how this is pulling straight. There's no slack in it. I couldn't put the hard drive any lower in this, so that's why I gave it a lower rating and meets expectations. It just wasn't long enough for me to put in the lowest slot. Other than that, the cable works perfectly. My computer's running and working much better. And it's nice that I get two cables in one, so just makes it simple for the purchase, and the cost is more effective. Now, keep in mind, your power cable, the only thing that changes with that is if you have a really old computer. So you should have an extra connection. If you don't, you may consider buying a splitter. Now, the splitter, the only problem with that is you have to make sure your power source is strong enough to take an additional drive. Or the other problem is if you have too much power coming out of one cable, that can create some problems. So hopefully you have enough outlets. Otherwise, just buy a splitter and you can connect at least two drives to one connection there. Your SATA, keep in mind, the drive that's connected to the first slot is the one the computer boots from. Now, there's some complicated workarounds on that, but I don't suggest it. Simply put, just connect whichever drive you're going to boot from to the first slot. And it's like plug and play. If you ever connected an old drive, you realize that there's some, you have to move pins around and make sure the BIOS works with it. It's not so much the case with SATA. You just plug it in and turn on the computer, and it should work.